Okay, I'm with Alec Peters, the president, CEO of PropWorx, and we're spending a little time today actually right outside the convention center at the Hardrock Hotel. And Alec took some time to answer some questions, give us some insights into what he's been working on with Battlestar Galactica auctions and what's coming in the future. So I guess my first question is, what did PropWorx look like a year ago when we were here at San Diego Comic-Con, and what's it like now a year later? What's been going on?
Well, let's see. A year ago, we had just gotten the deal with Universal for the Battlestar Galactica auctions, and it's kind of funny because we were trying to get the Battlestar Galactica panel that Sci-Fi was running to at least mention the auctions, which they didn't, and I was real disappointed that at the time. But this year, Sci-Fi Channel let us hand out some catalogs, hand out flyers to the audience. That was real good, even though we only have 2 weeks of Battlestar Galactica auctions left, but we have 2 big weeks coming up. They're basically double auctions on eBay. So we have one on August 2nd and one on August 16th. And that'll really wrap up the Battlestar Galactica auctions. So we had just, I had just gotten up to Canada about this time last year, Vancouver. We spent 3 months in Vancouver. And it was a lot different. Now we have a warehouse in Southern California. We've got 2 amazing live auctions under our belt. Both went spectacularly well by all accounts. And I think we've kind of established ourselves as a force in the prop community, and as a legitimate auction house. We know how to run auctions and doing well. And I think we've probably made some of our competitors raise their game a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that's good for the community. I think we're very focused on things like authenticity and accurate descriptions, and things that have gotten a little sloppy in this industry for a while, and not by everyone, but I think right. I brought to attention in my blog some of the Star Trek items that were being sold that were sketchy or what have you, and so. I'd like to think we're raising the bar. I think our COAs are I think the best in the business. The hologram system and all, and we keep getting better and better on our descriptions. And we are the first to really, I think, break down our descriptions into, as you and I have talked about in the past, a production mm-hmm. description and a technical description.
Right.
And although they're not perfect, I'm constantly educating my team, who aren't prop and costume experts, but a couple of the 2 of the main people are in the movie industry. We're constantly talking about how do we best describe something so it serves the purpose. Not just to sell it. The description isn't to sell the item really. It's to memorialize it. Mm-hmm. So I think all those things are good, and I think the more we can do in that regard, I think the better for the industry.
And who makes up PropWorx? I know a year ago it was only you, correct?
It was me, and I had an assistant, Joe Bodwin, who has left the company, but we have 2 full-timers in our shipping department, Curtis Short, who spent 8 years at UPS. So he's really came in and really saved us after the first auction, mm-hmm. restructured the whole shipping department, cut our rates, and improved the quality of our shipping, where I really think our shipping is second to none. I mean, people are amazed how well we pack things. Even the COAs are between 2 layers of cardboard, and then in an envelope. So they do a great job. Him and Kelly are our full-timers, and we have another part-timer, Matt, who works back there. And then in the front office, we have Damien and Thomas, 2 people both who work in the film industry. Thomas actually he's a big Battlestar fan who moderates the Battlestar Galactica panels at Dragon Con. So okay. He's well known. He came up to Vancouver and spent some time. He's in LA, so he's a professor full-time, actually teaches film.
Oh, wow.
And a writer, and a television writer, and so he helps us with writing the descriptions. He does a very good job, and Damien has really become the main force in our front office. And I like him especially because he's very meticulous, and he doesn't let, he gets very upset like me when errors slide by or when we're not, accurately describing things. So I like having someone with my standards about the way we should do things. focus on that. So that's kind of the team.
Okay. And then, so after these 2 auctions, then Battlestar Galactica is completely done.
We're talking right now about an auction for the movie The Plan, which comes out in October on Blu-ray and DVD, which is the Battlestar Galactica movie that kind of wraps up all the loose ends of the Cylons. And it's directed by James Olmos, and it's really exciting. We were up there while it was filming, and we got to be on the set, and that was fun. We actually got to make some props for that. Help them out and saying, hey, you need an extra costume here. You could use some, better guns. We actually helped them get some better background FN57 gun props for the show. So that was all exciting. So that will be. We're talking to Universal right now. There's no go-ahead on that yet, but there's, obviously there's costumes and props that were just from that movie, and there's probably 200 to 400 items. I would say probably 200-300 items for that. So that's probably a 2-week eBay auction maybe. So we're talking with them about that, but that's a small one. And we've been talking about Heroes for a while with Universal. Heroes is at kind of an important juncture in their show.
Mm-hmm.
So sooner or later there'll be a Heroes auction,
Okay.
which we're excited about because there's a lot of really cool props from that show. And the Iron Man auction, which was supposed to be in August at the Chicago WizardCon, has been pushed to April, probably at the Chicago Comic Con being done by Reed, which is the one that does the New York Comic Con. So that's right now where it's looking slot. There was concern at Marvel that the date, which was a week after the 20th Century Props auction, would be that there would be a conflict there. A little bit of a knee-jerk reaction, but that's okay.
Right.
Honestly, while I think it was a bad decision, I think it actually worked out well for us, and Jordan Hudson at Marvel feels the same way. So we're actually excited because we're actually, now that Iron Man 2 is wrapping, we're going to get a bunch of the Iron Man 1 props that were held back for Iron Man 2 in case they were needed. So the auction will actually be better.
Okay.
So and then hopefully right after that we'll do an Iron Man 2 auction after the movie releases.
And what kind of assets are you getting from the production?
Well, Iron Man 1 was tough because we came in, the movie had been wrapped for a year when we came in.
Right.
So we literally went through the warehouse and pulled things out. But Marvel did a pretty good job of tagging everything. The costume tags are absolutely the best costume tags I've seen. Not that I've an enormous experience there, but photograph on every tag, detailed description, printed on a computer. They were really interesting. I have photographs on my iPhone of those. I show everyone, this is the way it should be. So that was really well done. Pretty good inventory on the props, although, a lot of, some of the RTs were missing, and probably held for Iron Man 2. We don't have access to all the armor, which would be nice, although we do have two stunt suits.
Oh, really?
That will be in this auction,
Yeah.
so we're excited about that. And we haven't been down to Stan Winston, now Legacy Studios, yet, but we'll get down there and see what they have for that we can use. I'm sure you're going to show your readers about the Iron Man display at the Marvel booth.
Yeah,
that's
it's incredible.
Really impressive. Yeah, probably the best prop display we've ever seen at San Diego, I would think.
And hard to get close to.
And hard to get close to, yeah.
A good look at
I
it.
will try and get better pictures since I've got it in there for everyone. But very excited about it.